Fine. So this is my topology for today. Guys, see here, task is configure a static routing so that first three loopback interface should be reachable via R2. That means on router 1, as you can see, we will configure 6 loopback. But whenever first three loopbacks network want to communicate with these network, your path should be this one, right? But whenever these three lower three network communicate with other lower three network, path should be this one. Okay. And one more thing, on router 2 and router 3 we will configure same IP address 8.8.8.8 or maybe 10.10.10.10. Okay, so here we will configure 10.10.10.10/8, and here also we will configure 10.10.10.10/8. After that, router 1 and router 3 will receive same network via from router 2 also and from router 3 also. So we will discuss what will happen then. First of all, let me configure a static routing so that first three network should use path via router 2. Okay, so I am going to configure IP first. As you can see, between router I am running, between router 1 and router 2 I am running 12 network, between router 2 and router 4 I am running this network, between router 3 and 4 I am running this network, and between 1 and 3 I am running this network. We have 6 loopbacks on router 1 and 6 loopbacks on router 4. Okay, so here we will configure
So
one
by loopbacks we mean that these are 6 networks which are behind
yes,
router 1.
yes. You can consider this loopback as your LAN network. Okay, just suppose this is your LAN network.
Correct. 6 LANs behind R1 and 6 LANs behind R2.
Yes.
Okay.
So here I will configure one loopback on router 2 and one loopback will be here, and here I will configure /16. Okay, so what do you think? Router 1 will install root for 8.8.8.0 network or 8.8.0.0 network via router 2 or via router 3.
Router 2 it will be 8.8.0.0.
Okay.
And via router router 3 will be 8.8.0.0.
Okay, so we will configure both route on all router, on router 1 and router 4. Okay, then we will see what will happen. First of all, I am going to configure IP. Okay, just it will take 5 to 7 minutes to configure IP addresses. Okay, config T. After that, interface F0/0 no set, and IP address is 12.1.1.1 255.255.255.252/30, right? Hope it's clear to everyone. Then interface F1/0, say no set again here, and IP address is 13.1.1.1 255.255.255.252. Interface loopback 1, IP address is 10.1.1.1 255.255.255.0. So here you can see network ID will be 10.1.1.0. This one is IP address of this interface. Okay, so you can consider this that this one is an LAN network, local area network, right, which is connected to router 1. So just you can consider loopback as a LAN network. That means 6 LAN networks are connected through router 1 and 6 LAN networks are connected through router 4. What I want, so my first upper 3 network should be able to communicate with other network which exist on router 4 via router 2, and lower last 3 network should be able to reachable via router 3. So this is my requirement. Now let me create one more loopback here, loopback 2. IP address will be this one, 10.1.2.1. After that interface loopback 3. Here IP address will be 3.1. Loopback 4. IP address will be 4.1 here. Loopback 5, and IP address will be 5 over here, 5, and loopback 6, and IP address is 6.1 over here. Okay, so IP configuration of router 1 is done, right? Let me save this configuration. Now let me configure IP on router 2. So I will just configure IP. After that you guys will tell me what command I need to run on which router, on each router. Say so no set, and IP address is 12.1.1.2, 255.255.255.252. Exit interface f1/0, say no set, and again IP address will be 24.1.1.1, 255.255.255.252, and we need to create one loopback over here. So say loopback 0, IP address is 8.8.8.8, subnet mask is 255.0.0.0, exit. So IP configuration of router 2 is done. Let me configure IP on router 4. Config T interface f0/0, say no set, and IP address is 24.1.1.2, 255.255.255.252, exit. Interface f1/0, say no set, and IP address is 34.1.1. suppose to 255.255.255.252. Let me check, do ping 24.1.1.1. Yes, I am able to ping. Now I need to create some loopback here. So loopback 1, IP address is 40.1.1.1, 255.255.255.0. Then interface loopback 2, IP address is 40.2.1, loopback 3, IP is 40.1.3.1, loopback 4. Here IP address will be 4.1, loopback 5, and here IP will be this one, and last loopback 6, IP address is 6.1. Okay, now IP configuration of router 4 is also done. Let me configure IP on router 3. Config T interface f0/0, say no set, IP address 34.1.1.1, 255.255.255.252, exit. Interface loopback 0, IP address is 8.8.8.8, 255.255.0.0. Okay, so IP configuration on all router is done, right? Okay, now first of all let me show you routing table of router 1. How many network will be there in the routing table of router 1? How many
8.
networks? 8. There will be 8 network. How many network will be there on router 2?
2.
And one loopback is all, one loopback also exists on
Okay.
this router, right? So
3.
total will
3.
be
Yes.
3.
Yes.
Here also 8, and here 3. Fine.
3.
So let me check the routing table of router 1. So IP root. Okay, so these are directly connected root, but there is no information about 40 network, about this network, right? So here on router 1 we need to configure static routing for all these network, and my requirement is first for upper 3 network exit interface will be f0/0, and for lower 3 network exit interface will be f1/0, right? Because my requirement is for first 3 network communication should be via router 2, and for last 3 networks communication will be via router 3. So go to config t and let me run IP root 40.1.1.0 network 255.255.255.0 is subnet mask, and exit interface for this network will be f0/0, and next hop IP address is 12.1.1.2, right? In the same way we need to configure static route for this network also, for 3 also, for 3 also, right? Exit for, that means for these 3 network exit interface will be f0/0, and for lower 3 network like from 4, 5 and 6 exit interface will be what, f1/0. Yes or no? Is it clear? Hope
Yes,
it's clear to
but
everyone.
do we not have to give the um, the address network 24.1.1.0 to R1 in
No,
F0
no,
interface?
no, no. Do you think that you need to ping this network, this interface? No. My requirement is these are my LAN user. These users should be able to communicate with my other LAN user. Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
So we don't need to define this network on router 1.
Okay, okay.
Okay, and this network is not required as well. So see, suppose loopback 1 wants to ping to the loopback 1 of router 4. So source IP will be 10.1.1.1 and destination IP will be 40.1.1.1. It will check their routing table and it will forward to router 2. Router 2 will check their routing table and router 2 will forward to router 4. We don't need to do anything with this network. Okay,
Okay.
fine. So for this network exit interface will be f1/0, and for 5 also, and for 6 also, right? And we need to configure 8.8.8 as well. So IP root 8.8.8 255.255.0.0 and f1/0. So it will ping the loopback which is running on router 3, not on router 2. Yes or no? Because here you can see I am configuring exit interface as f1/0 13.1.1.2. Bad subnet mask. Subnets IP root 8.8.8 subnet mask 255.255.0.0. Where is wrong? 255.255.0.0. Fast Ethernet 1/0 and next hop IP address 13.1.1.2. Okay, so IP interface brief. Let me check f1/0 interface is up or not. f1/0, yes, it's up. Let me ping 13.1.1.2. So yes, I am able to ping. Then why I am not able to configure 8.8.8 route here? 8.8.8.8 255.0.0.0 and f1/0 13.1.1.2. Why? This is not possible. Okay, we will configure it later. Let me change interface here. Say 0/0 and 12.1.1.2. This time also it's not taking this command. Okay, first of all let me configure router 2. Later we will check that. Okay, 8.8.8 we will configure later. Now on router 2 we need to run how many command, how many route we need to inject on the in the routing table of router 2?
2.
6. 10.1.1.
Okay, for each.
Yes.
For each loop back. Okay.
And exit interface for this network will be what?
F1/0.
F1/0. And next hop IP address will be
F1/0, not 0/0.
Okay, so it will be F0/0 because first 3 networks should be reachable via router 2.
Okay, sorry. F0/0. Yeah.
Okay, and next hop IP address will be what? IP address of
1.1.
router 1 interface, right?
In router the same 1 F0/0.
Yes, we will configure for 2 also and for 3 also. Right now IP route 40.1.1.0 255.255.255.0 and tell me what will be the exit interface?
F1/0.
F1/0 and next hop IP address will be
24.1.1.2.
Okay, great. So 40.1.2 40.1.3. Okay, so do you think we need to configure any more route, any more network here? No. Right, it will be ping. Configuration of router 2 is fine. Now I am going to configure router number 4. So here config t IP route, which network we need to define here? 10.1.1.0 subnet mask 255.255.255.0 and what will be the exit interface?
F1/0. No, sorry, F0/1/0. Okay, 0/0.
Yes.
0 okay, it goes through the same path.
Yes. For lower 3 networks, exit interface will be 1/0, right?
1/0.
Okay, so 24.0.0.1.1.1 is the next hop IP address. Okay, let me do same thing for 2 also and for 3 also. But now IP route 10.1.4.0 255.255.0. What will be the exit interface now?
F1/0.
F1/0 and next hop IP address
34.1.1.1.
Great. Let me do same thing for 5 and 6 also. 5 and 6. Okay, so configuration of router 4 is done. Yes or no? So IP route. So here you can see there are lots of routes, so we can filter it. So IP route and after that we can say static. So it will show you only static routes. Yes. So there are 6 routes in the routing table of router 4. For first 3 network exit interface is 0/0 and for last 3 network exit interface is F1/0. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me configure last router, router number 3. Config T, IP, root. Here which network I need to configure? 10.1.
Sorry, router 3.
Yes, on router 3.
Uh-huh.
Which command, which network I need to inject in the routing table of router 3?
10.1.4.1.
Yes, 4.0 is the network
4.0,
ID.
sorry.
255.255.255.0, and exit interface will be what?
F0/0.
0/0, and next hop IP address will be this one, right?
13.1.1.1.
Okay, for 5 also, and for 6 also, right? Now IP root, we need to inject 40's network as well. 40.1. What? 1 or 4?
4.
4.0, 255.255.255.0. Exit interface will be 1/0,
F1/0.
and next hop IP will be this one. Let me do same thing for 5 and 6 also. 5 and 6. Okay, so now configuration is done. Let me check routing table of router 1. So IP root static. So you can see I have all networks which is running on router 4, which is running behind router 4. Yes or no? For upper 3 network, exit interface is F0/0. So let me ping 40.1.1.1, where source will be loopback. Source is, suppose source IP is 10.1.1.1. Okay, so I am pinging this IP address from loopback 0 interface from LAN 1. You can consider this as LAN 1 as well. So from LAN 1, or you can understand that any user is pinging. I am not pinging from the exit interface of router, right? If I will not define source, then source will be this one, IP address of this interface. Yes or no? But
Yeah.
now I am defining source. Source is loopback 1. Let me check. So yes, you can see it pinging. So connectivity is fine. Let me trace route 40.1.1.1. So my traffic is going via 12.1.1.2. This one is IP address of router 2. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what happened? How to stop it?
Control C.
Not working. Oh my god. Okay, let me check connectivity from router 4. Ping 10.1.1.1, and source is L1 loopback 1. So yes, I am able to ping 10.4.1.1 from loopback 1. Yes, I am able to ping, right? So all users are able to ping to other machines, right? But we have configured a static routing so that these for upper 3 network path will be this one via router 2, right? and for lower 3 network path will be this one. That means this is load balancing in static routing. So we can perform load balancing as well in a static routing. And always keep in mind, whenever interview will ask to you that can we achieve load balancing in static routing, so your answer should be yes, right? So this is also a type of load balancing. This is
Okay.
network based load balancing, because we are performing load balancing on the basis of network. For some network path is different, and for others network path is different.
Hmm.
Okay, but guys, there is problem. You know what is problem? Problem is, if router 2 will goes down or router 2 will fail, right? Or maybe if this interface will goes down, right?
Right.
Then router uh, means these three
The
networks
first three
users should
loopers
be not
will
able,
not.
yes, will not able to
Correct. So,
ping these three
hmm.
network, right?
So we need to set up the default route on both R2 and R3.
That will be not good idea. You
Then
know
the entire load will be on the other router. That is correct.
what we can do for backup, right? As you know, we don't have backup now, right? So I will
Hmm.
configure this three network on this router with this exit interface as well, but that time we will
Okay.
increase the administrative distance value,
AD. Hmm.
right?
That is also possible. Correct.
So that means that will be for backup. That means whenever
Backup.
these link will goes down, right, automatically router will
Mhm.
start sending traffic
Right. So
via
so
router
we will
3.
inject all routes in both the
Yes,
R2 and R3,
yes,
but we'll just increase their AD value
AD
for,
values.
I mean, as per preference. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god.
But what if we define the default route? What
Okay.
happens in that case?
So see, if you will define a default route on R1 0.0.0.0 towards router 2,
Hmm.
router 2 or router 3, let's say towards router 2. Okay.
Both towards router 2 and 3 we have to
Okay.
define.
Okay. To router 3. Okay. So here we will increase some AD value. Okay. Suppose here
Correct.
AD value is 2. Fine. On router 4 also we will configure default route.
Yes.
Okay. So here also we will increase the AD value. Okay. Suppose when
Hmm.
router 1 will receive a traffic where suppose destination is 100.1.1.1, right? So there is no any entry in the routing table of router for this network. So this router will use what? Default route, and
Hmm.
it will forward traffic to router 2,
Hmm.
right? In the routing table of router 2, you have to inject default route also toward router 4.
Hmm.
Yes or no? So it will forward to
Yes.
router 4. Then
So you're
router
seeing that
4 will
it
check
will.
their routing table.
So it will be a loop.
Yes, it will again forward to
Hmm.
switch 2.
Hmm.
So for a very long time, right, there will be loop. This traffic will be moving between router 1, 2, and 4. Yes or no?
Yes.
So that's why always keep in mind you will never configure default route in both direction. What I am saying, that if I will configure default route on router 1 towards router 2, that means I will not configure default route on router 2 or on router 3 towards router 1,
Okay.
right? Otherwise, definitely
There will
there
be
is,
loop.
yes,
Huh.
there will be loop.
Hmm.
Okay, so hope you already know now how to configure backup routes in the routing table of router, because you can see I am not able to configure router 1. Okay, now I am able to configure. Yes, let me check. Let me configure it. Backup path. Now I am going to configure backup path. IP route 40.1.1.0, 255.255.255.0, and exit interface is F1/0 this time. Next hop IP address is 13.1.1.2, but AD value
Hmm.
is 5. Just suppose in the same way, let me do for 2 also. for 3 also, 4. Okay, done. Now if you will check routing table of this router, so IP root. Okay, so IP root static. Okay, so there are only 6 network, all are reachable via f0/0. But what will happen if f0/0 will goes down, interface f0/0 and says shut down, right? Now there is backup path, so IP root, so IP root static. Now you can see my exit interface is changed. Yes or no, sir? So this is how we can configure
Yeah,
backup
yeah,
path as well.
correct.
Now config T interface f0/0, say again no set, so IP root static. Now again you can see exit interface is changed, right? Here also on
Yes.
router 4 also we need to configure backup link. So let me configure backup link on router 4. Config T IP root, which network? 10.1.1.0 255.255.255.0. Exit interface is f1/0 and next hop IP address is 34.1.1.1. AD value is 5. Let me do same thing for 2, for 3 and for 4. For this network exit interface will be 0/0 with administrative value 5, right?
Yes, got it.
Got it? Okay. After that do same thing for 5 and 6 also. For 5, 6. So these things you need to learn only once, right? You will never forget these things, but these are conceptual, right? So if these concepts will clear to you, definitely you will be able to solve exam questions. You will be able to understand OSPF's advanced things. Okay, so these are advanced static routing.
Okay.
Generally people configure a static routing between two router only, between 2 or 3 router which are directly connected with each other, right? Most of the I'm saying that most of the network engineer even don't know these things in a static routing, that we can configure backup path as well in a static routing, we can perform load balancing as well in a static routing,
Okay,
and these
got
are
it.
part of CCNP. So if you feel any problem, right, that it is not clear or this command is not clear, you are free to stop me anytime. Okay, now I am going to configure this loopback interface. So first of all let me check the routing table of this router. So IP root static, here you can see for this network exit interface is now 0/0. So let me down 0/0, interface f0/0 say shut down. And now if you will verify, so IP root, see now for all networks exit interface is same, right?
Mhm.
So now I am going to up this port interface f0/0 and say no set. There's one more question. I am going to ping loopback which is running on router 4 from the loopback 1 of router 1 interface, but I am going to down interface f0/0. So first of all let me down f0/0, right? Say shutdown. So now still there is root, so IP root static in the routing table, you can see for 40.1.1.1. so do you think that if I will ping 40.1.1.1 where source is loopback 1, do you think that it will ping? No, it's
Yes.
not pinging. So tell me why it's not pinging.
Mm, it is still taking the same route because because R2 is available. So it is
Now R2 is not available. This interface is done. So router have changed their exit interface for all these network. Right now
okay.
in the
Okay.
routing table of router, you will see exit interface for all these network will be F1/0.
Is it not configured in router 3? Did we not configure that?
Yes, exactly. So
Hmm.
here we have not defined these upper three network, right? We have defined
Hmm.
only these three network, lower three network, and here also these three lower network. So now
So
I
in
am
every
going to,
router, in each hop, we'll have to do the same.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. So first of all, let me do on router 3 IP root 40.1.1.0 255.255.255.0 exit interface is F1/0 and next hop IP address is 34.1.1.2. That's it. Let me do same thing for 2 also
And 3 also.
and 3 also, and I have already configured 4. Now IP root 10.1.1.0 255.255.255.0 F0/0 and 13.1.1.1. Let me do same thing for 2 and 3. Right now if I will ping, tell me will it ping or not?
It should.
It should ping. See, still router 1 is not able to ping.
Mm,
In the routing table of router 1, so IP root you can see, so IP root static, you can see here there is one root available, exit interface is F1/0, so it will forward to
mm,
router 3,
3.
right? Let me check routing
Let's see
table of
router 3.
router 3, so
Correct.
IP root, so IP root
Static.
static. While learning we will understand troubleshooting as well, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So whenever ping will not work, keep patience, we will troubleshoot every time. Many times you will see that we have configured everything right but it's not pinging. Okay, now here also on router 3 you can see there is root for 40.1.1.1 and exit interface is F1/0, right? So yes, it's
Mm,
right. Then why router 1 is not able to ping? The reason is, see here routing table of router 4, so IP root static, here see for 10.1.1.1 exit interface is still F0/0. So when router 4 will generate reply router will forward the reply to router 2, yes or no?
so we have to define the AD in router 4 as well.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Same what we did in router 1, we need to do in router 4.
Exactly. Now, now leave it, guys. Now I am going to. So hope now concept is clear, right? Should I configure these things on every router now, or is it clear to you? You can configure by yourself as well.
Yes, yes, yes. Let us let it be a task for us.
Yes, right. Now I am going to add one more router here, right? And first of all, let me configure 8.8.8 prefix. Config t IP root 8.8.8.8 255.0.0.0 F0/0. Okay, it's saying your according to your subnet mask network ID should be this one, right? So that's why it's saying incorrect. 8.8.0.0 and I'm configuring /16. No, this one is wrong entry. F1/0. But whenever this link will goes down, primary link will goes down, we need to configure a secondary path as well, backup path as well. So here I am going to add AD value 5. Fine. And suppose this is my private network and this network is connected to internet. So here is my router. Okay. Suppose this router is connected through to internet, right? This is public router. Okay. So I have take connection from public network on this router. So let me connect it. Okay. And behind router 5 there are multiple networks running. Out of that multiple there is one 5.5.5.0/24 network as well behind router 1. Okay. And suppose there are 1000 prefixes, 1000 more prefixes are there. Okay, so not possible to configure 1000 prefixes on each router. So here on edge router we will configure what default route, right?
Yes.
So first of all, here I am going to create one loopback interface. Loopback.
Can you go to the R1 config once? I mean, the last
Okay.
thing that you did on R1. I did not understand this. Yeah, the last one. IP route or you have configured on F1/0
Yes,
and
as a primary,
mhm,
and I have configured this as a
and the same.
secondary.
Okay, and if you go to the figure once
Okay.
diagram, uh, in F1 F0/0 it is
So
/8.
yes, this one is my primary. This one is my
Mm,
secondary. Here slash value is 16. Here slash value is 8. So if router will forward traffic to this router, they will match 16 bits, right? So that's why I configured this route as primary.
okay, okay,
Okay.
okay. But
But whenever this will goes down, yeah, or this loopback will goes down,
so why
it
do we
will
need to? Okay, mm, not thoroughly understood this one. I mean, why we are doing this 8.8.8?
here.
Why do we need this in the first place?
Actually, I was thinking to connect ISP through router 3, right? But now I have
Okay,
connected ISP with router 4, right?
okay, okay.
What I was thinking that I will connect one ISP to router 2 and one ISP to router 3. So that's why I have created
Mm-hmm.
this loopback libit, right?
Okay, okay,
But
okay,
now I am not using. Okay.
okay, fine.
So now I am going to configure router 5. On router 5, let me create one loopback. IP address is 5.5.5.5 255.255.255.0, exit interface f0/0, say no set, and between router 4 and 5, suppose I am running network 45.1.1.2, 255.255.255.252. Right now we will not configure anything on ISP router, so I am closing the access of this router. Now go to router number 4, config T, interface f1/1, say no set, and IP address is 45.1.1.1, 255.255.255.252. So can I ping 5.5.5.5 which is exist on router 5? No,
Yes.
because there is no root available. So what we can do, we can configure a default root here,
Okay.
right? So let me configure a default root, IP root 0.0.0.0, and next hop will be
F0/0.
f1/1, and next hop will be 45.1.1.2. Yes or no? Can I ping 8.8.8 now? Ping 8.8.8.8. So yes. No. Success rate is 0%. So IP interface brief. F1/1
Loopback
45.1.
8.8 is not configured.
Oh my god. 8.8. We need to ping 5.5.5.5, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
5.5.5. So yes, see, now I am able to ping 5.5.5. But can my LAN user ping 5.5.5? Can my LAN user access internet?
No.
No, right? My
We
LAN,
need default gateway in R1 as well.
yes, IP root 0.0.0.0, 0.0.0.0, and exit interface is f0/0. Next up IP address is
F0/12
12.1.1.2, and 0.0.0.0.0 f1/0. Next hop will be 13.1.1.2. AD value is 5, right? I have configured backup path as well,
Correct.
right? So still this router cannot ping 5.5.5.
R2 and R3 also needs default
Yes.
gateway.
Okay, so here on router 2 I am going to define a default route, IP root 0.0.0, 0.0.0, and exit interface will be f1/0. Next hop IP will be 24.1.1.2, right? So we need to configure one more entry here, 0/0. Next hop is 12.1.1.1. AD value is 5, so that whenever this link will goes down, right, these user reach to internet by using this path. Yes or no?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
So enter. Got it?
ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा हम तो yeah,
हाँ,
lot of things to
लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स नहीं, आपको ये अगर आप देखोगे ना कि समझ के कि अच्छा पिंग क्यों नहीं हो पा रहा है, यहाँ से राउटिंग टेबल चेक करेगा, ऐसा होगा ऐसा, तो आपको समझ में आने लगेगा चीजें.
No, I mean, ठीक है. I mean, if we configure it without giving this F0/0 of R2, right, then also it will work, but it will not work when the link goes down. So that is
Yes.
when we will not get to know when configuring the router. If I do not see all this scenario, we will get into a problem later when the link between R2 and R4 gets down.
Yes, and you have to configure backup default route as well, because suppose if this link will goes down, now first you will identify that okay, my link is goes down, I need to change the entry, I need to change the configuration, I need to modify the configuration. For some time your network will be your user, your end user will be not able to access internet. But if you will configure backup route, then automatically your machine will start using
Correct.
backup path, right?
Mhm.
So what do you think now? If I will ping from router 1 to 5.5.5, will it ping?
It should.
It's still not pinging. You know the reason why it's not pinging? Because ISP router is not able to generate reply, because
Okay.
source is 10.1.
Hmm.
So that's why on this
It's
router,
not directly connected route.
yes. So that's why here we need to configure translation, right? That means I
Hmm.
have to tell to this router that whenever you will receive traffic on your inside interface, on these two interface, right? You will add source address as IP address of this interface, right? So what this router will do, whenever router 1 or router 2, router 3 will generate traffic for ISP, this router will translate source address into public IP address, and in the routing table of this router, public router, this route will be available, the network which is running here, right? So that time this router will receive traffic with source, with non source, right? With non source. So it will generate reply. And when it will receive reply, again it will translate destination. Because first, when router will receive traffic on inside interface, it will translate source. And while receiving traffic from outside interface, on outside interface, it will translate destination. See what NAT will do here. Source IP will be 10.1.1.1 and destination is 5.5.5.5. This is your packet. Router 1 will check their routing table. In their routing table there is no any prefix for this network, no any match for this network. So this router will use default route and it will forward to router 2. Yes or no? Router 2 will also check
Yes.
destination and they will check routing table. Router 2 will also found a default route, so it will forward to router 4. Now router 4 will also check their routing table, so there is also a default route, simply it will forward to router 5. But when router 5 will generate reply, source will be 5.5.5.5 and destination will be 10.1.1.1. So there is no any entry in the routing table of router 5 for this network, and we are not allowed to configure default route on ISP router, right?
Correct.
So what if before sending traffic to router 5, router 4 will translate source? So what if router will translate source into 10.1.1.1 is my current source. If it will translate it into 45.1.1.1 IP address which is running over here, right? So in traffic, source will be this one, source will be 45.1.1.1 and destination is 5.5.5.5. And this time when R5 will receive this traffic, it will check destination, so destination is my, it will generate reply and destination source is 45.1.1.1. It will check their routing table and in their routing table there will be an entry that this network is directly connected on fast Ethernet 0/0. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? So it will generate reply. Source will be 5.5.5 and destination will be 45.1.1.1. It will forward to router 4. But this is not traffic for router 4, right? Router already know that I have translated this private IP address into this public IP address. So this time this router will translate what? Destination, because this time destination is 10.1.1.1 and source is 5.5.5.5. destination is, sorry, 45.1.1.1. So again it will translate it 45 to 10.1.1.1. Let me configure, guys, NAT. Let me show you. See, first of all, if I will capture this link now, let me capture this link. Okay, and let me ping from router 1. Where is my router 1? Here it is. Okay, ping 5.5.5. So IP route, there is default route towards this one. So I think F0/0 is down. Interface F0/0 say no set. So IP route, yes. Now let me ping 5.5.5. See, guys, router is sending ICMP traffic. Router 4, actually this is data between router 4 and router 5 on this link. So router 4 is sending ICMP traffic, but router 4 is not receiving any reply, right? Why? Because of this IP address, because of source IP address. Source IP address is private. So let me do one more thing here. Ping this one and source loopback 1. See, this machine is sending ICMP request but not getting reply message, right? So now I am going to configure NAT. Just you don't need to focus on NAT now. We will learn later. Just I am going to configure 2 command. I am going to run only 2 command here. Access list 10 permit 10.1.1.0.0.255. okay, and interface F0/0 IPNet inside. Here I am telling to this router that this F0/0 is your inside interface. Interface F1/0, this one is also your IPNet inside, and interface F1/1, this is your outside interface, IPNet outside. Then IPNet inside source list 10 interface F1/1 overload. Fine. Now first of all, see, in earlier ping packet, source is 10.1.1.1 and destination is 5.5.5.5 on link between router 4 and 5. But this time I am going to ping again here. Ping 5.5.5 source, this one. See, now I am able to ping. Success rate is 100% and I am getting reply as well, because this time, see, source is 45.1.1.1. That means router have translate 10.1.1.1 into 45.1.1.1. So whenever this router will receive any traffic on inside interface, on this interface and on this interface, it will translate source into the IP address, the public IP address which is running on their public interface. And whenever this router will receive a reply on outside interface, it will translate destination into private IP address. Okay, so actually, router maintains table as well for translation. So those things we will learn in NAT. So IP NAT translation. Ping, let me generate ping again. And so translation, see translation, guys. So this is your private IP address inside local. What we called our private IP address inside local. Inside local means my private network. Inside global means my public network. My public network. Outside local means, suppose this one is network ID of Google, right? So outside local means private network of Google, Facebook, and outside global means public network of Google, Facebook. Okay, so this router have translated this IP address into this IP address, right? And when router will receive reply, it will translate again public to private. So we will learn NAT later, then you will understand how router will perform translating, right? Now don't need to focus on NAT. Now just understand, guys, any user from this network can access internet, because for each and every user, router 4 will use this public, a single public IP address. Every time this router will translate source into a single public IP address. From router 1 we can ping from loopback 1 as well, we can ping from loopback 2 as well. What happened to loopback 2? So IP interface brief. So loopback 2. Okay, you know why this loopback 2 is not able to ping? Because here I have configured NAT only for a single this network, right? Here I should change, modify the configuration in access list. Access list 10 permit 10.0.0.0.0.255.255.255, like this. Now I think it will ping loopback 3. See, now I am able to ping from loopback 2 also, from loopback 3 also, right? And we can configure backup path as well. Okay, so now hope static routing is clear to everyone, and now we don't have anything to learn in static routing. We have discussed each and everything.